Hey YouTube, I'm back with another video here. I hope you're all doing very well. I hope everyone is healthy, happy, and respecting themselves, loving themselves. Um, I just want to make this video to also remind you that no one will quite love you in life as much as you can love yourself. Okay? Um, a lot of us wish um, our parents will love us forever. Unfortunately, they will not be on earth forever. And we do lose ones that are close to us, and it does impact us. It's an awful, awful feeling. I've lost loved ones close to me, and I just want to say that um, things get better. Uh, you can improve and feel better, create more emotional connections, create more attachments. The reason why losing a parent affects us so much is because we've created such an attachment to our parent as a loved one that losing this attachment um, comes with a burden, because we've grown so attached to a loved one that we feel part of us is missing without them. And so I just want to talk about that and put that out there. And um, we as humans tend to feel we're very emotional, and sometimes for a good reason. And I just want to talk about and make awareness that you can't always be too emotionally controlled by your emotions, but you need to be in touch with your emotions. Okay, this means you need to have a sense of why your emotions are there, but also, especially for men, I really want to talk about this. I feel like the internet needs more talk about men and mental illness, or men and emotional illness. Sometimes lack of emotion or lack of getting in touch with your emotional side is unhealthy. And I think this is not talked about enough. I think it needs to be put out on the internet more. And I think we all need to come together as a community and make it a topic of discussion within the YouTube community, within any community, really. You know, women, the ladies, on the other hand, absolutely same goes for them. I believe we should equally treat women as we equally treat men. And women, I hope that you're in stable, loving relationships, and that you're also developing healthy relationship habits. There's some habits that don't quite serve us to the best we can possibly be benefiting from a relationship. And sometimes you need to get out and you need to go find ones that serve you in a healthy way, and also a way that you're happy with too. There's nothing wrong these days with being slightly interested in maybe the same sex, or having questions or doubts about how you feel. This is a topic that is hit the internet and hit YouTube the past couple of years quite heavily. And I'm here to shed some light on this topic myself, and talk about how we can all formulate a mature way to discuss. There's nothing wrong with being in preference of liking a specific gender, whether you share that gender or not. Okay. Obama helped alleviate some of the trauma. That did rhyme, but I want you to keep in mind that the future is what we've been really working hard towards, to change same-sex marriage, to change topics that are sometimes highly questioned by the rest of society, because society just questions things that they don't understand. Things we don't understand, we question, we hate, we get confused. Confusion is also related to mixed emotions and hatred. Okay, some of you might want to keep an open mind. Some of you have closed minds. I'll tell you, if you have an open mind, you can be much more, I want to say, relatable to others. Of course, now this does make rational sense, okay? If your mind is open, you can relate to others more because you have more to be able to talk about, to relate with them about, okay? This means, more people are turning pro same-sex marriage. The government pushed this. The legislation was passed, okay? Countries now, they're getting married, it is what it is. I think the more we love and accept each other unconditionally, the better. But, we also want to do things within reason that protect our rights and protect those that we care about, even if we share a country with others who do not see the same way. Keep an open perspective, accept that, some people are going to view a certain way and you're just going to view it a different way, okay? But it's the acceptance that is important, because it can allow you to make a realization that your opinion is not the only valid opinion out there. Okay, some people are very, very egocentric and towards how their opinions should be perceived, and that's an issue, because what happens is when you become too much focused on what you believe in, you lose track of what others might think that also has validation in your realm of ideas, and also can have validation in how to approach certain things maturely, appropriately, abiding by guidelines and laws, regulations. Like the government sets a lot of ways to be more appropriate in serving the country, like abolishing racism, but then again, there's a lot of news channels that, I want to talk about, they're pro-racism without knowing it, because they continue to allow racism to be relevant in the news, because they propagate and use propaganda towards making racist jokes and having racist ideals put down forth continuously. It's like, I don't, if you look at things at a more open-minded, bigger level, you'll start to understand that what we have is a lot of people who want to push how they feel on to other people. And I understand part of that is also human nature, but at the same time, you got to understand that, a lot of people want to be firm in how they're making points, but respectively, to respect every side, you don't need to be pushing your agenda so loud where it shakes a racial stir. That's where people make problems and people cause racism to continue, because they also create a unmature way of how to respond appropriately to making racial statements, and or statements that tend to be provocative, in a sense where you're provoking racism from others. You're provoking more hatred. A man who speaks his mind, a man who has done a lot in his life, a man I actually start to admire, Kanye West. Kanye West's a very controversial character, but Kanye West said it, one of the best. He said, racism is in your minds. Whether you continue to believe in it is your choice. Kanye West said basically that. Okay, so it's also racism is whether you're letting it control your head and your emotions, or whether you're just getting past it, you're over it. Okay. Your skin color does not define you if you want to be the president or not. Okay, we had 2 good terms of Obama. Was Obama the best? Maybe, maybe not. Does it have anything to do with his skin color? Absolutely not. Okay, so America is an amazing place. North America, where I'm from, I love North America. I think we are some of the smartest, progressive people on earth still, but we need to get rid of old ideologies that we attach ourselves to. America has been great with refreshing ideologies, with creating new benefiting ways to advance the future of society and civilization and create a better, more civil civilization utilizing technology, intelligence, and social awareness. We need more social awareness so badly. Our social awareness has become almost on the incline, I believe, because we've become less socially aware of how to act appropriately regarding specific topics, and we've also begun to let loose on our opinions and offensively use offensive things to feel offended. See, people also, what we unconsciously do, and this is very important. I've never even watched a video or heard talk of this, and this is so important. It's on a deep level. We unconsciously use things that we dislike and relate it to other things that we dislike. Like, for example, I don't want to be offensive, so I'm not going to say specific derogatory words, but you might find some that come, and the next time you use old offensive derogatory languages, understand that you're also reacting upon how you feel, and then you're using offensive things to relate about what you've used to feel on something towards something in the future. Okay, and this is also not a good way to think, not a good way to be. Okay, because you create more offensiveness. Okay, or you unease, you don't settle the unease, you create more unease in people, and then it makes people question, oh, is racism still a thing, or is being sexually judgmental on someone's preference more of an issue? How do you maturely get over it? We all have to maturely make a social change. Okay, the more that you're not creating this change, the more that you might tend to create past expressions that don't quite serve you emotionally anymore, and at the same time aren't the best choice of words. A lot of time we use poor choice of words on how to express ourselves, and when the reality is we could use much happier, intelligent, better words to replace old words to express ourselves. We all want to express ourselves. I get it. It'll never change in human nature. And if you want to express yourself, just understand, think twice about the words you're using. Okay? This is so important. Even the president can use this advice. Okay? Yes. Even Trump can use an advice on how to express yourself in a way where you're thinking, okay? And you're also realizing your outcome is going to have a perception by society, whether you really like it or not. Someone's going to judge your comment. Someone will judge what you said, what you wrote, what you did, okay? And if you want to be perceived as someone who maintains a good image or maintains liability in the fact that how they come across as respecting others or disrespecting how others feel, this also can create more popularity for you, as in you can have more respect from others when you learn how to control what you say and how you say it. Okay? Anyways, this is for today's video. Hopefully I taught you something beneficial. Go out there, use this information I've gathered and shared with you today. Make the change that you want to see in this world. Okay? Love yourselves first. No one will love you like you can love yourself. Take care of your health. Love the ones that you really feel you love. Maybe it's your family, maybe it's your spouse, your kids. Just learn that you're also an influence upon everyone else in life. And the more we can all become better influencers, the better we can influence everyone to have a happier, better society and better quality of life. Anyways, I'm out. Enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, love can show the way.